Hi there, in this video we are looking how to factorize quadratic expressions. Simply we know that the quadratic expression written in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So the last video was about when we having the a is equals to 1. So the first video was about when we have got the coefficient of x squared is 1 and we were having the examples to be written in the form of x squared plus bx plus c. Now, in this video, we are looking to the examples when we have a quadratic expression and to be written in the form when a is not equal to 1. So it could be any other number. A could be 2, 3, 4, or minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. It could be any number, but it can't be 1. So we'll be looking to all the examples which are written in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. To begin with the first example, so we are having the first example, which is 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. The first thing we're going to do is to multiply the first and the last term together. So we have the first term is 2 and the last term is plus 3. So when you do 2 times 3, you'll get 6. Now we're going to write down the multiples of 6, but keeping in mind that using those multiples, we need to have our middle term, which is plus 7. So I'm going to write down some multiples of 6. I'm going to start with 1 times 6 is 6. Then 2 times 3 is 6. And you could have even 3 times 2 is 6 as well. So using these two, I'm going to see that which numbers I can use so I can get the sum of those two numbers to be plus 7. So if I take the number 1 and 6, I could have 1 plus 6. It gives me plus 7. But instead, if I'll take a number 2 and 3, 2 plus 3 gives me 5, which is not the middle term. If I do 2 minus 3 would be minus 1, which is again not the middle term. So the numbers which I can choose is plus 1 and plus 6. When I multiply the number 1 and 6, it's give me the product, which is 6. When I add the two numbers, which is plus 1 and plus 6, I get the middle term, which is plus 7. So I'm going to rewrite them. I'll have the first term, which is exactly to be the same, which is 2x squared. Then instead of this middle term, I'm going to write down these two terms. So because this is making a number plus 7 and we are having plus 7x, so this can be written as plus x and plus 6x. Because we have got the middle term to be written in terms of x. So basically we are splitting this plus 7 in the form of plus 6 and plus x. The last term would stays the same, which is plus 3. Once we've split the middle term into the two terms, then we're going to factorize them by pairing them up. So with the first two, I'm going to make the first pair. With the other two, we are making another pair, and we're going to factorize them together. To see the factor of 2x squared plus x, I'm going to start with the numbers first. So we cannot factorize any number between the first two terms. We're going to look to the variables. It has got two lots of x. It has got one lot of x, so I can take x as a factor. To factorize x outside, now what we'll be getting inside the bracket would be 2x plus, because we had 1x with the next term and it's written outside already, so we'll be having plus 1 then. To factorize the last two terms, we're going to see that can we take any number as a factor? So we have got 6 and 3. And the highest common factor of 6 and 3 is 3. I'm going to write down plus 3 as a factor outside, and then inside the bracket would be how many 3 makes 6 would be 2x plus how many 3 makes 3 would be 1. We need to make sure that the two brackets needs to be exactly the same. So here it's 2x plus 1 and here it's 2x plus 1 as well. You're going to factorize again. Now you're having two terms. The first term is this whole thing. You're having the second term is this whole thing. We're going to factorize. What do we see is the common with the first term and with the second term. Clearly, we can see that this 2x plus 1 bracket is the common with both the terms. So we're going to write it down as outside, which is 2x plus 1. And with the other terms, whatever the remaining part would go inside the bracket. So with the first term, we are having x. With the next term, we are having plus 3. So that would be the next bracket we are having. Again, you can check your factorization by expanding them out and you should be getting back to the original question. To show you with the next example now, so we're having a next example which is 3x squared plus 13x plus 4. I'm going to begin this with the same thing by multiplying the first and the last term together. So we're having this plus 3, we're having the last term as plus 4. When you multiply plus 3 and plus 4, it would be 12. We're going to look for the multiples of 12, keeping in the mind that I'm looking for plus 13. This is really a simple one because straight I know that if I do 12 times 1, that would give me 12, which is a product. To look for the sum plus 13 using these two numbers, if I would use plus 12 and plus 1, that would give me plus 13, and this is the middle term. So we are having a product, which is 12. We are having a sum, which is the middle term, and it means the numbers 12 and 1 actually works for the middle term as well as for the product. Once we get the two numbers, we're going to rewrite the question by using exactly the same thing as the first and the last term. So 3x squared is the first term. The middle term we're going to split in the two numbers, which is going to be 12x, and if you write down 1x or just x would be the same thing. Again, the last term would stays the same, which is plus 4. Once we split the middle term into the two different terms, we're going to do the pairing of the first two terms together and the next two terms after. Once we write them down in the pairing form, we're going to factorize them. So we start with the numbers between 3 and 12. The highest common factor is 3, which will go outside the bracket. We're going to see that with the variables, it has got two lots of x. The next term has got one lot of x, so I can take 1x as a factor. Inside the bracket would be just x plus. How many 3 makes 12 would be 4. Now with the next two terms, you see that there's no number I can factorize. No variable can be a factor. So we're going to just write down plus 1. And the bracket would be whatever the two terms you're having, which would be x plus 4. As I said, the bracket needs to be the same. There's no way you can have a different bracket. So we're having the same brackets. We write down the bracket as x plus 4. The other bracket would be with the terms 3x plus 1. This is the factorization you get for 3x squared plus 13x plus 4, which is x plus 4 is the first bracket and 3x plus 1 is the next bracket. Now we're going to look to the example where we could have a positive and the negative sign in the question. So looking to the question number 3, we are having 3x squared plus x and minus 2. Now again, I'm going to begin with by multiplying the first and the last term together. This time my last term is a negative number. So I'm going to do 3 times minus 2. So when you do 3 times minus 2, you'll come out with minus 6. Because you're getting a product to be a negative number, it means the two terms which you're going to choose, one should be a positive number, another should be a negative number. Now we're going to look to the multiples of 6. So I would get the middle term by adding those numbers to plus 1. We're going to see that what multiples we can use for it. So I'm going to write down the number of the multiples here. 1 times 6 makes 6. Then 2 times 3 makes 6 as well. I'm going to start with the first one. Now using the number 1 and 6, we are trying to make a plus 1, the middle term. So if you do 1 plus 6 would give you plus 7. If you do 1 minus 6 would give you minus 5. So there's no way you can have 1 by adding or take away 1 and 6. We're going to look for another two numbers, which is 2 and 3. So because we are looking for plus 1, I know that somehow I would be able to get plus 1 by using these two numbers. Now, which number shall I take, positive or negative? I'm going to write down the number 2 and 3 here. And again, 2 and 3. I'm going to, because we are having a product is minus 6, it means we should have one number to be written with the negative sign, where the other number should be with the positive. I'll try to make the different combinations. So plus 2 and minus 3, or minus 2 and plus 3. Keeping in the mind that I'm looking for plus 1, which is the middle term. And I'm going to see that which combination is giving me a plus 1. So if you do plus 2 and minus 3, that give you minus 1. And if you do minus 2 and plus 3 would give us plus 1. Because we are looking for plus 1, so I'll take the last one, which is minus 2 and plus 3. We're going to split the middle term, keeping the first and the last term to be the same. So I'm writing it down, which is 3x squared. And the two numbers which we have taken is minus 2x plus 3x, and there's a minus 2. You can write down the numbers in any order. So I have written as minus 2x plus 3x, but you can even write down as plus 3x and minus 2x. It won't change anything to your answer. Once we split the middle term into the two terms, we're going to make a pair from the first two terms, another pair from the last two terms. We're going to factorize the first two terms, so we can't take any number as a factor, but we can take x as a factor outside the bracket. So what would we have inside the bracket would be 3x minus 2. We are having plus here, and because we can't take any number or the variable as a factor from the next two terms, we're going to write down 1 here. And the bracket would be 3x minus 2. We look to the brackets are the same. So 3x minus 2 and 3x minus 2, because we have the same brackets, so we write down the bracket as once, which is 3x minus 2. And whatever the number or the variable we are having outside the brackets would be our next bracket. So the next bracket would be x plus 1. Looking to the fourth example on factorizing quadratics. So we are having 2x squared minus 7x plus 3. I begin with the first thing. We are going to multiply the first and the last term together. The first term is 2, the last term is plus 3. The product of 2 and 3 would give 6. This time I'm trying to split the multiples in the form of the middle number, which is minus 7. So I'm going to look for the multiples of 6, which is 1 times 6 is 6. I'm going to stop here because here I know that using a number 1 and 6 could give me a number minus 7, which would be the middle term. But what signs I'm going to use for this one? So I'm going to use now minus 1 and minus 6 because I'm trying to write down or making minus 7. So minus 1 and minus 6 would give minus 7. So I can split this minus 7 in the form of minus 1 and minus 6. Writing it down in the split form, keeping the first and the last term the same, we'll be getting 2x squared minus x minus 6x and the last term, which is plus 3. Once we split the middle term, we're going to make them into the two pairs. So the first would make the first pair, the other two would make another pair. We're going to factorize something from the first one. So I can see that no number can be a factor, but the variable x I can take as a factor. Inside the bracket would be 2x minus 1. Now for the next one, what we're going to do is we see that this term has got minus 6x and plus 3. So what I can take as a factor, there's a minus sign here. I'm taking now the negative as a factor, and in the numbers, the highest common factor of 6 and 3 is 3, so I'm taking minus 3 as a factor. We're going to open the bracket. Now, how many 3 makes 6 would be 2x. Because we have taken the negative sign outside the bracket, and here we're having a positive sign with this one, so we're going to change the sign because we have got negative sign outside the bracket. And to factorize, how many 3 makes 3 would be 1. Now you see that inside the brackets are the same, and even if you expand this part, you clearly can see that you should go back to the previous thing. So minus 3 times 2x would be minus 6x. Where minus 3 times minus 1, negative, and negative makes a positive, and 3 times 1 is 3. So when you expand out these brackets, you should go back to the previous step. Now we see that the two brackets are the same. Once we have the same brackets, we write down the brackets as 1, and the other two terms which are outside the bracket makes another bracket. So we have got x and we are having minus 3. Writing them together would be x minus 3. Looking to the last example of it. So we are having 4x squared minus 5x plus 1. We're going to start with the first one by multiplying the first and the last term together. 4 times 1 is 4. Looking for the multiples of 4. So because we need to keep in mind that what we are trying to make, we are trying to get the middle term to be minus 5 with the multiples. So 1, and then we are having another number is the 4. But if I take minus 1 and minus 4, that would give me minus 5, which is the middle term. Once you would have your middle term, then you can split the middle term into the numbers minus 1 and minus 4. because if I multiply these numbers, -1 times -4, I'm getting the product. When I add these numbers, which is -1 and -4, it's giving me the middle term. So the numbers -1 and -4 actually works to split the middle term. Now we keep the first term the same. The middle term would be written as -x and -4x. We write these numbers down with the variable x because we are splitting the middle term, and the middle term is written with the variable x. Keeping the last term the same, which is +1. Once we get to this step, then we can make them into two pairs. From the first one, I can take x as a factor, and inside the bracket would be 4x minus 1. From the next one, I cannot take any number or the variable a factor, but we have got a negative sign here. Because we have got this as a negative sign here, I'm going to factorize -1 from here. And the sign of the other terms would change, so it would be 4x minus 1. Clearly, we see that the two brackets are the same. 4x minus 1 and 4x minus 1 is the same. So you write them down together as ones in a bracket, 4x minus 1. The other terms would make another bracket, which is x minus 1. So this is how you're going to factorize the quadratic expressions when the coefficient of x squared is not 1. So whatever the examples we have seen in this video, we have all of them having a quadratic expression with some different number. 2, 3, 4, or it could be any other number as well. So I hope this video actually helps you in understanding how to factorize the quadratic expressions when the coefficient of x squared is not 1.